Hi, my name is Avery Marschke, and I have the amazing opportunity of being the elementary pastor here at Freedom Center Church. So growing up, I actually had I guess, more unconventional story than most people. I didn't actually grow up in the church. I have very limited experience with attending any kind of service growing up. And so it wasn't until a friend that had, bugged me time after time after time, was finally able to convince me to attend a service with him. And I just remember hearing the gospel in a way that I had never heard it before. It was clear, it made sense, and I realized that it wasn't just something that was for someone else, but it was for me. And it was at that point that, I gave my life to Jesus. Everything made sense, and my walk with Christ was perfect, but really it wasn't. Although, I had a fire lit in me that I had never experienced before, and I was passionate about God. I really just didn't have anybody in my life at that point to disciple me or really help me understand what I was doing. So I made a lot of mistakes, tripped up, and did things I wish I wouldn't have done. And so it wasn't until at the end of my freshman year that I had a friend who, told me about this program very similar to FCMA, but it was back in Kalamazoo. And it was at a church I had never attended. It was with people I had never met before. And it was at that point that, just after praying, after really just kind of thinking things over and praying, I felt like God was calling me there. So shortly after the program, I ended up getting engaged to my now wife, Alyssa, and we got married not too long after. And about a month in, we found out that we were actually pregnant with our daughter, Avery, who's now almost 2 years old. And so that was kind of a wake-up call that we needed a plan B. We needed to figure out something different. And so I was looking for something that was a little bit more stable, a little more 9-to-5 type of a position. And it ended up leading us out here to Fenton, Michigan. After actually checking out our very first church, which happened to be right here at Freedom Center Church, we knew immediately that we were home. And we got plugged in right away, and man, it was just the most amazing experience being able to just lay it all out there and develop relationships with these middle school and high school students, and just be able to pour into them something that I was missing really at such a young age, and be able to offer a little bit of wisdom from the time that, just some of the experiences that I had from at such a young age. So about a year or so into us serving in youth ministry, I was working at a healthcare agency at the time, and although it was a really good position, I just knew that my heart still so longed for being in full-time ministry, whatever that looked like. And honestly felt like this might have been something that I had to kind of put on the shelf for a while. Might be 5 years, 10 years out. I didn't really know when the timetable was, and just kind of right in the middle of us serving in youth ministry and honestly content in what we were doing, we got a phone call, and Pastor Jim calls me and he says, "Hey, we have an opening and we have an interest, and I want to talk to you about an elementary pastor position that we have here at the church." As soon as that phone call came our way, we told him we'd love to sit down and talk, but our hearts knew right away that this was it. So the amazing thing that Kingdom Builders has allowed us is, being in the elementary pastor position, I've really been able to be collaborative kind of right out of the gate with a lot of the other people on staff here. And so I now have the opportunity every single week to be able to make those investments and be able to help, some other little kid, connect the dots and, see that light bulb go off for the very first time. And really makes all the difference in the world. And so being able to do what I do, it wouldn't be possible without Kingdom Builders. And so whether it be for the outreaches or just the relationships that I can make on a week in and week out basis. So again, thank you so much, Kingdom Builders, for allowing me to be able to do what I do here at this church, investing in the next generation, the kids here at Freedom Center Church. It wouldn't be possible without you.